In the late 16th century, one of history's most unsettling mysteries unfolded on the edge of the New World. More than 100 English settlers established a colony on a remote island off the coast of North America. Then, without warning, they vanished. No bodies were found, no evidence of a battle remained, only a single clue was left behind. To this day, no one knows exactly what happened to the Lost Colony of Roanoke. In 1587, a group of English men, women, and children sailed across the Atlantic Ocean in search of a new beginning. Sponsored by English ambitions in the New World, they endured dangerous storms and an uncertain voyage before finally reaching Roanoke Island. They hoped to build a permanent settlement and secure England's future in North America. At first, the colony showed signs of promise. The settlers built homes, established farms, and attempted to create a community in the unfamiliar wilderness. Among them was Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World. Despite their optimism, survival would prove far more difficult than anyone expected. Food quickly became scarce. Relations with some local indigenous groups grew tense. The settlers struggled against disease, isolation, and a lack of supplies. As conditions worsened, fear and uncertainty spread throughout the colony. They needed help, and they needed it soon. The colony's governor, John White, made a difficult decision. He would return to England and gather desperately needed supplies. Before leaving, he promised the settlers he would come back as quickly as possible, but events beyond his control delayed his return. What was meant to be a short absence would become 3 long years. In 1590, John White finally sailed back to Roanoke. What he found was deeply disturbing. The settlement was completely deserted. Houses stood empty. There were no signs of violence, no graves, and no remains. More than 100 people had disappeared without a trace. As White searched the abandoned colony, he discovered a strange clue. Carved into a wooden post was a single word, CROATOAN. The name referred to a nearby island and a native community known to the settlers, yet no explanation accompanied the message. It was the only clue left behind by an entire vanished colony. Over 4 centuries later, historians still debate what happened at Roanoke. Some believe the settlers joined nearby indigenous communities and gradually blended into their societies. Others suggest disease, starvation, or conflict may have sealed their fate. But without definitive evidence, the mystery remains unsolved. The Lost Colony of Roanoke stands as one of history's greatest disappearances, a real story that continues to haunt the imagination centuries later.